Hey, it's Chris here with your fishing forecast for November 26th. A couple of things off the top before we get into the fishing. First off, of course, is that we still have our Black Friday sales running here around the shop. There have been a few awesome new items added this week, and there are more coming this coming week as well. So keep your eyes peeled. We have a bunch of great stuff up there to get your hands on, including waders, boots, wading jackets, rods, reels, lines. There's a bunch of great deals up there. So check it out and make sure you get in on that because supplies won't last long for those things. Second thing, very quickly, is this Saturday we have a couple of spots left for Nick Groves' steelhead tying class. Nick Groves, for those of you who don't know him, he's a Renzetti tying ambassador. He's a very well-known streamer tyer across North America. He travels to all kinds of events. He's an in-demand name, and he ties some very fishy flies. He always leads a great class, and this weekend he's sharing a couple of his newest patterns, which have been really killer for him this fall on our steelhead rivers. So you're going to want to check that one out. Link is in our bio. But there's a couple spots left for that. It's going to be a really good time. As far as the fishing goes, lots of great opportunities coming up here. This past weekend, we saw some decent fishing. Western rivers producing really well. So Maitland, Saugeen, there were some fish to be had up there. There were fish to be had up north. Nottawasaga was pretty good. Niagara has been fishing really, really well. Some of the stuff closer to home, like we've been saying, could use some water, but there are fish around in it, so definitely worth it to get out there and get fishing. If you're looking to get out this weekend, we are seeing some kind of funky weather roll in. So if you're up north, we're looking to see a lot of snow and rain dump on our northern rivers. Like we've been saying, water is good for our rivers. Snow melts and becomes water in the rivers as well. So if you're driving up north, please be careful. We do see a lot of blowing snow up in farm country especially, so that can reduce visibility pretty easily. But rivers should be in pretty good shape overall if you are going to get out to them. We would expect to start seeing some slush in the rivers. So the best way to combat that, if you're getting out, if you're swinging flies, grab yourself an intermediate kind of spay head that's going to cut below the surface and get out of the way of the slush, or fish some heavier weighted flies. It's a great way to get past that stuff. If you're nymphing, just pack the split shot and pack some heavy flies. If you get little drifts of clumps of slush coming down from the snow, having something heavy that's going to punch through that is really handy to make sure you're not getting caught on the surface. Overall, water is a good thing. I'm really glad to see this in the forecast. I think it should set up really well for us. As you start looking a little further south, we're going to be seeing a lot less moisture. So along Lake Ontario shorelines and Lake Erie shorelines, it's looking like a much clearer, much warmer kind of weekend. So if the snow doesn't sound that fun to you, check out that further south stuff. Like we say, the Niagara has been fishing really well. If you are somebody who doesn't want to deal with the cold, getting down onto the Niagara, generally we see temperatures several degrees warmer than elsewhere in the province just because of how far south it is. Now this weekend we are seeing some western winds whipping up on Lake Erie. That could muddy up the Niagara a bit, but overall if you get out there a little bit early before those west winds start to hit in full effect, then we should still see relatively clear water, and the fishing again has been pretty good. If you haven't fished the Niagara, like we always say, it is a very dangerous river, so exercise extreme caution if you are going to fish it, but it can be a pretty interesting river to fish as well. If you want any advice on how to do it, get in touch with us. We'll be happy to chat about it with you. If you're fishing close to home, we would be recommending that you fish a lot of egg flies still, and definitely smaller nymphs. A lot of the fish that are in, they came into the systems maybe a couple weeks ago, and they've seen their fair share of bigger egg flies, big worm flies, that kind of thing. And so getting down into smaller patterns, your smaller nymphs and things can work really, really well on these fish. So think trout nymphs, prince nymphs, stone flies, stuff like that. They're going to work very well for you. And of course, you can mix in some eggs and everything else as well. So we hope that helps you get planned for this weekend. If you ever need any help figuring out where to go or what to fish, get in touch. We'll be happy to help you out. We'll see you on the water.